The streets of major cities in the country have been awash with public demonstrations of plans to tax foodstuff. Though the bill is before Parliament for debate, if it sells through, the cost of basic goods like maize, flour, bread and milk is likely to shoot up. The move is meant to shore up tax collections to finance state operations. A report released by ActionAid and Tax Justice Network Africa today has faulted the move and says Kenya could improve her tax collection if it sells loopholes in the tax legislation.
We have a lot of revenue that's lost in the informal sector. We are not saying, one of the arguments is that most of the people who are living in poverty fall under the informal sector, but at the same time we argue that a lot of revenue is lost because we find people operating companies which are ready to be formalized, but they prefer to remain informal so they can also evade the taxes.
According to a study carried out by Tax Justice Network Africa, the biggest loss of 73.1 billion is incurred through incentives to replace wear and tear of plant and machinery. The second largest loss came from investment deductions, through which companies first subtract their spending on new investments before calculating their tax obligations, which minimizes the expenditure.
So we're asking the government to focus on formalizing a lot of the businesses. I always give the example of the matatu industry. You find that one of the taxes that they pay is only the advance tax. So you'll find someone who has a fleet of 100 matatus, meaning that their company is ready to be formalized.
The report further says that African countries have lost over $160 billion annually to evade tax through various methods, including invoice and costly loans. According to the report, tax holidays, discretionary incentives and free zones is robbing the taxman billions of shillings in unremitted taxes. The study calls for the scrapping of such incentives to improve revenue generation and increase social spending. The report is further urging the government to simplify tax laws and make tax administrations more transparent and public involving.